Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English fly killer. Where the hell did that blasted thing just go? The English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to the darkest dungeon. And we're gonna start off pretty simply today, for after the last week we got extra resolve experience in the cove, and there's a perfectly good leveled 1 quest in the cove. So we have a bunch of people here that need leveling up. We have our Duchess ready and waiting, the Twilight Knight, Buttercup Jr., our Hollow, and finally the Fool, who I will hopefully get to work properly. At least that's the goal. Anyway, so we have someone who is a single target healer. Maybe not single target stress healer, but we'll deal with that later. And so yeah, we're ready. Let us go in. Alistair, well, how do you think today is going to go? Yes, I am going to entirely pretend that this was my intention all the way in the first place, and that I did not just make up the fact we're going here halfway through setting up the team. Well, I have more than enough fragments that I should probably go to the darkest dungeon again. But you know what? There are other bosses for us to kill, other than the darkest dungeon, which happens to be possibly one of our intentions for today. The
smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
Really? Well, it's a good thing there's a bunch of fishies ahead of us ready for us to kill. Oh. Or not. Ace of the Suns. Or +4 luck at 100 torchlight. What the bloody hell is luck? Plus 10% virtue chance if torch is above 50. One battle. For this entire battle. Huh. Did anyone become an adherent of the sun out of interest? No one's here. No one in this team appears interested in the sunlight. I mean, we only have a vampire, someone who has the word Twilight in their name, a ghost, and what I can only probably assume is a corpse. So one of our greatest needs in our save right now is more healers. Which is part of the reason we're doing this. Because Buttercup is a healer, supposedly. And although the way she heals is by mega stressing herself, it does seem to work. So we can get rid of ourselves a negative quirk. Ooh, I could get rid of soft. Thandophobia, that's kind of meh. All your stuff doesn't matter. Tactless is a bit annoying, but I think the worst offender is probably you in terms of all of them. Loner. Okay. I suppose that'll work better in the long run. So we're not getting out of a fight today. I was beginning to wonder if we would actually have a fight today. I suppose the question is, do we want 2 or do we want 4? And the answer is, we want the treasure chest.
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
Bring forth the enemies! Ooh! Hello there! Would you like to vampirize the correct person? That's not the correct person. Isn't vampirism literally garbage on you because you don't have any speed in the first place? Then again, I suppose if you have... No, you want as much max HP as possible, you just don't want to be on full health. That's the way the Fool works. God, I love that greatsword. Just the way she just whacks people with the handle of it to kill people. That's what I find amazing. Oh, you do actually full heal this time. Including the curse. So a full heal includes... whatchamacallit? You lost soft. Good! That's the terrible one. So it includes diseases. So the Fool can just never be diseased. I suppose that's good to know. You're looking a little unhealthy there. And in need of a bit of healing. And she only took one stress, which is pretty nice. Okay, you buffed him. Are you going to heal him now? No, you're going to buff your friend. Interesting. I mean, it's not like they use the buff or anything, is it?
Continue the onslaught.
Good use of your buff, by the way. There's a chain around my heart. You know, the fact she can act on her own from her affliction is probably the main reason I don't like the feel of her. Because there's always just the risk she's going to wail herself. You know? And if she's just gonna wail herself, even though you've done nothing wrong, and thus she'll kill half your... do so much damage to your entire goddamn party, it's just... counterintuitive. Jesus, there's tons of these things. Well, I guess you don't have any negative quirks anymore, Twilight Knight. There's not really much to say at the moment. We're just here, doing a simple dungeon. We're just going to level up. We're just preparing ourselves, I suppose. Now there's not even a point for the fool to do anything. That's an AoE stress heal? And why did you take 32 stress? There was no logic to you taking 32 stress then. Ooh, that's a trinket for the Grove Tender. We don't have one of those. I feel we should grab it. Graceful Nabi. Plus protection, minus bleed resist, minus accuracy. It's rather basic, but it gets the point done. Now, one of these brass things always have the chance for positive quirks. So, you know what? You have the least amount of quirks, Buttercup, so you have a try. I mean, that doesn't matter. You're entirely ranged. Well, that's today's fight. That's this dungeon complete. I don't know what you expect from these things. It's a short level 1 dungeon. So... for our next part of today's video, we are going to kill something big and scary. A giant spirit has been sighted nearby. The village elder warns you that the spirit is entirely invincible, and if you attempt to fight it, you will surely fail. Well, mister, you have never met Guts, or Drake, or Luna, or Lazarus. We have Big Mega Hitty Team, with Big Mega Stupid OP Healy Team. And hopefully, this should work out pretty damn well. With Lazarus taking all the stress. In fact, you don't even need the Sign of Sigmar. Take the Blood of the Martyr instead. It'll probably work out better for you in this incident. So, we've got Guts to do... Guts. We have Drake to do Drake, Lazarus to be Lazarus, and Luna to be our ranged combatant in the back. So, considering this thing is more than likely an Oni, we can take the Amoris, we can take the Holy Water, because it's a single combat fight. There's no point to any food. Take all of the anti-venom and stuff like that. Frankly, I feel like taking some of these fragments. In fact, vitality fragments are used to heal us over time. So, theoretically, if we're feeling that we need healing that badly, we can in fact, let's just take all 3. It's not like I can take those things into the Darkest Dungeon. They're just a nice heal. You know what, let's take a Major Amori as well, just in case we're feeling a little too panicked. You know? You know. Right, so... oh yeah, medical herbs for debuffs. Right, let's begin. The brink of death is often when one's greatest strength arises. So when we learn that this thing is in the back row and the two people can't hit it, we're immediately gonna leave. And then when we learn this thing also swaps everyone around, we're gonna leave and rethink as well. Oh! You're the head! You only get 2 attacks, you only got 400 health. Well, I suppose everyone should take their buffs. I'm not sure how much damage you'll get from you'll get, Drake, because I'm not sure how dark it is right now. I don't know why we're getting 50% extra resolve. Yeah, I don't think there's any darkness at the moment, so that didn't do anything. Sorry? Ha! I lived!
Precision and
Oh! So... being on death's door causes you to deal how much damage? You know what? How about we have you do that? And then we're gonna get you to do that. Abyssal Horror. Ha. So... I feel like guessing the fact that Guts did damage when he wasn't on death's door was one of those that shouldn't be able to happen moments, right? Huh. Well, I do confess this is an interesting fight. So we require to be on death's door in order to do damage. Unless you're Guts. Unless you're Guts, because Guts is Guts, and Guts is just stupid. Of course, Guts still needs to crit in order to do damage. Cannot be harmed by the living. Calm observation. You know, this is the kind of creature you want the Darkspawn to fight with. Can you hit us? We kind of need. We accept we need to be on death's door now. Unless you're Guts. They don't need to be. Guts doesn't need to be on death's door. It would help him, but he doesn't need to be. Yeah, Guts is gonna kill you now. Guts bleeds himself at the beginning of each round. No! Guts doesn't even need to crit and he'll do enough damage. So I should have brought stress healers. It's the sense I'm getting. Cute. Cute. Okay, considering Lazarus is just pure healer, and I didn't quite realize what this dungeon is, there's nothing he can actually do. I mean, we'll use the minor Emori, because it reduces the stress we take as well, but... And Drake's about to go mad.
We're all gonna die!
And turn hopeless, apparently. I want to retreat.
Survival is a tenuous proposition in this sprawling tomb.
I mean, if Guts can survive, he might be able to one-shot this? I mean, we've already lost Drake now, so... Again. I just realized we just lost Drake again. I don't even know how to fight this.
We're all gonna die!
Fear and frailty.
The very concept that you have to be on death's door in order to fight this thing just seems counterintuitive. Also, again, I can't believe we've lost Drake again. Yeah, I'm leaving this.
Cowardice.
I don't like that. That's just...
Ignorance of your enemy.
I mean, I wanted to try it because those
Feet.
whatchamacallits would work perfectly with... I can't believe I lost Drake again. Okay, Darkest Dungeon. My taskbar is not there. Stop minimizing my game. I just lost trinkets because Drake was equipped with something and I don't know what he was equipped with. I also kind of don't care. He had the, whatchamacallit, I remember now. The 15% lockbot, the box which gave 15% damage and speed, and 2 speed, and one of those. I don't care about the legendary bracer, but the box is annoying, and it will come back eventually when whatchamacallit tells us to go kill something. That was just a bad fight. Honestly, that is garbagely designed. You require certain types of mod characters to fight that guy. Like this guy. You require this guy to fight that. In addition, you would need block. So you need characters that can guarantee block, like her. Either way, we're now taking the Dark Wraith and the Beastman into a dungeon, because of course we are. So, we're now in the Warrens, with our team here, with the prey and the hopes that Mr. Beastman here can find a medical herb to cure diseases. Not only on himself, but mostly on the Dark Wraith. Because if we're gonna have to fight a thing that demands that we have no health, well, we clearly can't have it so that we only have whatchamacallit. You know what? I wanted to try this as well. So, what is this thing? Okay. I mean... that's pretty damn cool looking. I can't exactly deny that. Oh yeah, and we got ourselves a new 12-year-old little girl. Because everyone needs a 12-year-old little girl in their party, don't they? Why are all their abilities AoE? Grim Resonance. Mark.
Their formation is broken.
I mean... it's at times like this, I think, I look at this Dark Wraith and I think, I could potentially just make a team of 3 of you and a healer. In fact, do you even need a healer considering you lifesteal? I didn't bring keys. The one thing I didn't bring, keys. Well done. You crit for 1 damage. Unfortunately, my people actually care about that. The only problem I can truly see
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
with... well, one of these things right now... Hey, we had an animation for it this time! That was pretty damn cool! If I get you to detonate this body... again... or should I make you lifesteal? No, I'm going to get you to detonate these bodies, because it says it does 11 damage per corpse.
As the fiend
And just guaranteeing 11 damage like that is exceedingly powerful. I like this Duchess.
packs laden
Heck, I like the Dark Wraith.
are often low on supplies.
Who needs sunlight? By the way, why don't you have your AoE ability turned on? You know, I admit, I can admire the sound design of this game. You know how everything just suddenly gets whinier as the darkness gets darker. It's just a nice little touch. Also, that's another reason why I need the Dark Wraith in order to fight that big Sunward Isle boss. Okay, guys, we have a goal. We need a level 6 Dark Wraith in order to so that we can actually fight that big, giant, stupid thing. Alright, guys, are you ready for a fight? It's about time we had another. I want to try something. And see if it works. Although this probably isn't the right team to make it work. If I block you, which does heal you thanks to the last light, because the last light is just one of those trinkets, which is just yes. Don't hurt the poor Wickle girl.
This closes it.
Well, we're not going to find out this round. I was about to say, why isn't the fight over? You're making me use the double action even though the fight just ended? Really?
Or is it merely
Oops.
glorious is the trap maker's art? His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Alright, that's a line and a half for saying you're bleeding. Ah, what a waste of good blood. Find a herb.
Wealth be
Okay, so I can't actually use Unholy Bastion if I'm in the position 1. Interesting. Alright, so here's the great question. Now, also do that, which does a tiny bit of healing, thanks to Last Light and Martyr. Now that he has the block, will he damage himself with the shield? Let's find out. Yeah, no. The shield blocked the damage. I still adore the appearance of that. That giant bone wall is definitely
can be found in the most
a new favorite ability of mine. Just because the concept of it is good as much as anything. Please don't! We need whatchamacallit to loot. Okay. You. Use the item. Find us a herb.
if only
You're useless, aren't you?
flow.
You don't want to be cured. Most importantly, you want our Dark Wraith to actually be useless! And there's nothing left here. Great. Great. We're gonna do another one. So, for our last and final dungeon of the day, we're gonna have one more attempt at removing all of these nasty diseases from everyone. We have multiple methods of doing that now, actually, because she has the ability to remove disease from a target, he has the ability to remove disease from a target, and 50% chance to remove it from all companions, and then he can also search for herbs. So, I expect success. I expect us to not need to be diseased anymore. I expect us to be good. Are we understood? Yes? 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 Then let us get on with it. So, we have the Soothsayer with us this time. Why the Soothsayer? Because the Soothsayer soothsays. And what the Soothsayer doth soothsay is that the Soothsayer doth soothsay that there is a soothsay that she removes stress. She's a stress healer. Which is something the little girl, while an alright healer, can't do. And I forgot to give her trinkets. To be fair, at this point of the game, I hardly ever wonder. I always wonder if the trinkets ever make a difference. Rather empty dungeon so far. Not complaining. In fact, I quite like it. You know, there's always one thing you gotta admire about the Darkest Dungeon. And that's the sheer difference in diversity that you get from a party. Because we have, first, a 12-year-old little gardener girl. We have a woman who apparently sees the future. Some sort of undead thing that just goes ahead and almost destroys everything. And drains health and is undead and a few other quirks like that. And then we have some sort of shaman. It's just interesting, the sheer diversity. Good dodge, little girl. Good dodge. Would you like to give everyone a little heal? There's a good girl. Admittedly, your healing isn't the most, but again, you are only level 3 right now. So we shouldn't be expecting... I really don't like the fact I can just minimize this game right now. Herb? No herb. But a torch. Torch isn't bad. Heck, the scouting seems to be going well, at least. Wow, you just gained 50 stress from a book. That's stupid. Right. You have a fair amount of whatchamacallit. Protection. Thing is, he ignores protection. Good dot. Good stun. Why did you get 2 attacks? I mean, I know you're a mod enemy, but why do you get 2 attacks? So you've got a stress heal, which can potentially stun the person you're stress healing. It's not a particularly good... Don't attack the poor innocent little girl. She is an angel and will be treated as such. Adaptation. Okay, I've never seen you use a mace. The mace is new. The mace apparently hits hard. Interesting. We've just taken a Beastmaster into the ruins. That has just occurred to me. We've taken a bleed character into the ruins. Hey, Mr. Imposing Golem. Die.
The bigger the beast.
I love corpse explosion. So, considering we have to find whatever amount of stuff, travel whatever amount of rooms to complete this quest, we might as well just go through the least dangerous route, so to say. Because we don't care about the danger. What we care about is the herbs.
Shiny.
And sometimes Mr. Darkwraith is just so curious to know what's behind it. He just cannot allow the Beastmaster to do his work, so that he may find a cure for the Darkwraith. Isn't that right, Mr. Darkwraith? Right. A tempting goblin. You know the problem with that? You're using it on the person who does more damage the more she is stressed. You moron! I love how I've just given up trying to loot gold. Remember, boys and girls, when looting doesn't work out for you, the bank always will. Enough of an investment and you will make tons of money in the future. So remember, everybody, invest thy money. You may end up with more. May being the key word. Okay then. Now it's time for a camp. Right. Little grove tender, little madam girl, would you like to put some mint in the pillow of... That didn't work. Would you like to find some herbs? Would you like to try again finding some... I mean, suppose we should prevent the nighttime ambush, shouldn't we? No, you know what? You remove your own diseases. Well done. Please, will you now remove them from him? Thank Christ! Oh! Oh, it worked! He is cured! Cured! But he's got weak grip on life, so we need to remove that at the end of this dungeon. But he's cured! For now. Whew. Okay. Ignore protection versus unholy. Well. That's certainly a buff. Especially against what we're fighting. I wonder if that buff, that totem is specific to the dungeon. An astral spider? Here? Maybe not for long. Well, that looked weird. Well, no more spider. And... big heavy damage on the big guy. Whew. I know this episode has not been the most entertaining, Alistair. I think it was fairly entertaining fighting the big giant thing, only to discover that we can't fight it because we need to be at death's door in order to fight it. In other words, the most BS mechanic I have ever bloody heard of. I mean, it says require cannot be hurt by the living. But what does it classify as a living, do you think, Alistair? Because there are some characters in this game, like the Dark Wraith, which aren't living. That's actually in their lore. They aren't alive. They are genuinely dead.
A victory.
Good strike. Very good strike. Well, that man is dead now. More ways than one. Glorious.
This expedition.
Oh. I mean, there's another room battle, but... who cares? We've cured the Dark Wraith, and that's why we did this today, so that he can become his stuff, and become everything that he is. You just cannot not get diseased, can you, mister? You just have to have a disease on you at all times, don't you, mister? You. And you no longer have weak grip on life, so I don't need to do it myself.
Surplus. A rare and wonderful thing.
Ah, apparently so. Certainly wasn't expecting something like surplus. Any decent trinkets for us? Nope. 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 I mean, that's for the hollow, so that's 10% healing skills, which is just... meh? Honestly? But yeah. Well, everyone, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. Shame about Drake falling to the corpse again, but maybe he shall rise from the grave once again. He has done before. So everyone, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.